Now our first appetizer today is going to be a toasted spinach and Gruyere stuffed mushroom. You know, I find in my profession that a lot of chefs out there think a little bit too far out of the box, I guess in an effort to somehow impress their peers or their coworkers. But they kind of forget just what tastes good and what people like. So I'm coming back to an old favorite that I know everyone's going to enjoy. First thing we got to do is start with 4 large white mushrooms. Basically all you're going to do is kind of roll the stem around to get that out. If you just try to yank it, you're going to break the mushroom. Throw that out. Put 4 large ones on a paper towel and a plate. Put it in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to heat the mushroom to get the excess moisture out. Otherwise, when I cook it at the end, it's going to be watery. Now right here I've got 2 tablespoons of butter in my pan. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of garlic, a little bit of my Bordeaux blend, which of course I showed you how to make earlier. And now we're going to take 1 bag of spinach. Now you can buy these bags at pretty much any grocery store, and it is equate to about 6 ounces. And I know it looks like a lot, but don't worry, that's going to turn into just about nothing here in a second. Turn your heat to about a medium high, and you're going to add about 1/4 cup of white wine. You do need to stir it around a little bit so that the bottom part does not burn. And really this takes just about 2 to 3 minutes. You're going to see how it turns into mush almost. Okay? As that's cooking, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my basil. And we'll let that reduce. Let me show you something real quick. At any grocery store you can get an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I'm only going to use half of that. So it's actually going to say on the package 4 ounces. Set the other one aside and you're all set. I'm going to open this up and just have it ready because I'm about to throw it in there here in just a second. Now also, to give yourself something to do, have a little parsley set aside. And this is going to be just for a little bit of garnish. A lot of people ask how to do parsley at the restaurant. It's really simple. You just try to pull off the leaves off of the stems, do not have the stems, and just make some small cuts. Just give them a quick chiffonade. Maybe turn it a little bit and do it again. Doesn't have to be real fine. And it doesn't matter if there's a little cream cheese on it because we're going to throw it in the dish anyways. See how this is starting to shrink down a little bit? All that moisture is actually coming out of the spinach. Maybe turn that up just a tad. Now your oven's going to be, and your stove's going to be different than mine, so just kind of use your discretion. If it's really sizzling hard and you see some things getting a little bit of brown, just turn it down a little bit. Okay, it's still going to reduce a little bit more. Now I've got some Gruyere cheese here, and let me show you. Gruyere cheese is a white cheese, and it's very, well, I wouldn't say it's real sharp, but it's kind of definitely more than mild. And it comes in about 1/4 like so. Let me go ahead and open that up, which I should have done a minute ago. But it's important that you see this because this is one of the few cheeses that come with rinds, usually on both sides. And you really have got to make sure to cut these off. You see how it has a rind on this side and that side? Just cut that off. And cut that side off. And while that's reducing down, you could just take a cheese shredder and you want to shred about maybe half of this. All right, that's almost ready. That's what I did earlier here. That's going to equate to probably about 1/2 cup. Now you're going to put 1/4 cup actually in the dish, and you're going to save a little bit for the top of the mushrooms before we toast them. Let's get our mushrooms out. Take a look there. You see how the water has come out of the mushrooms and now they're kind of squishy? Now that's not going to be on your plate when you present that. You can turn these over and just let them kind of dry out for a sec. Alright, you want a little bit of moisture in here, so you don't want it all to go out. See how I've got just a little bit of juice there? If I get all the juice out, the mushroom dish is going to end up being just too dry. Not very nice. So take your cream cheese now at this point, add it on in, and yeah, you're going to get a little dirty, so what? Now this is really, really nice to be able to prepare early you don't want to wait till your date gets here before you go and make this. This is something obviously you do in the morning and just put them in the fridge. And when your guest arrives, then you would finish them up by toasting them in the oven or a broiler. Now here at my house, I don't actually have a toaster oven, so I'm actually going to broil them in the oven. I've got that preheated already, and I suggest you do the same if you're going to have to use your oven. All right, that's coming along just fine. Now I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of the shredded Gruyere cheese, and again, leave a little bit for the top. There you go. See how it's real juicy? You don't want it to be like real thick, just like melted cheese. Otherwise, it's just not going to be, it's not going to be the right texture really for the dish. Okay, make sure you incorporate all the cream cheese into it. You don't want your guest to bite into a big lump of cheese, especially cream cheese, because that's really, really rich. Okay. All right, we're all set. Let's check this out. That's about where you want to take it. You see the consistency I'm looking for here? It's not real runny, but it's definitely not real stiff either. Just take a regular spoon and set these little, tell you what, I'll move this out of the way so you guys can see a little bit better. Just take a spoon, get yourself a little bit, and place it right on top of the mushroom. Make sure you get lots of spinach in there. That's really what makes the dish. The spinach, which is a pretty mild vegetable, you don't really taste a whole lot. It's not real heavy on flavor, but combined with the Gruyere is an awesome combination. Okay. Now just about every recipe we're going to do today is going to yield you more than you can most likely use for 2 people, because trying to actually make a recipe that small is just almost pointless really. Plus, a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I know like to do 2 couples at a date, and obviously this would be just enough for everybody. So we're going to put a little bit of Gruyere cheese on top. Okay. We're going to garnish this on the top with just a little bit of parsley on each one. And to add a little color, let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to add a little paprika. And we're going to throw these guys in the oven. But first, obviously, I got to move the paper towel. So I'm just going to transfer these to a small saute pan. Now, if you have a toaster oven of some kind, just put them on like an oven-proof plate or something and throw them on in. Oh, wrong one. I got 2 ovens. I never remember what I'm doing. That's only going to take about 30 seconds. Meanwhile, I highly suggest that you kind of clean up. As you're going through this, if you don't clean up between each dish or in between all your prep, you're going to end up with just stuff all over the counter. I might put this away and have this for a snack later on. All those are looking good. Meanwhile, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to get my plate ready to go. Just take yourself a little parsley, throw it on there. Again, take a little paprika and just plate it around the plate like so. And definitely get some fresh herbs for garnish. There's nothing that makes a better garnish than fresh herbs, and you're going to use them over and over again through just about every dish that we're going to make. All right. Now you don't want these to really get brown. Otherwise, the flavor, it's just not that great. Tell you what. You want these little gizmos, you can pick these up at just about any supermarket or a place like, well, I guess I'm not supposed to tell you the names of them. Put the little fresh chive with this, let's say. And there you go, your first appetizer, your spinach and Gruyere stuffed mushrooms.